Welcome to a special Ginger Switch investigations of this now like 20-some-year-old game, The Sims 1. Not on PC, this is on console. Recently the PC version got a remaster or something, or a relaunch, I don't know. But we're not playing that because it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
The console version is way better.
It is.
It's so much more fun.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Just like SimCity on the SNES, it's better than PC.
Yeah.
And I've played both a lot. And this is Sims 1 on console, and it's better by a lot, because I played it a lot.
One floor. Simple and clean.
Simple
you don't need
as,
any more than that.
End of. What else do you need? You don't need another floor to have maximum fun.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, what we're looking at is our first accidental Sims stuck house. I don't know what to call it. But you can see from the bird's eye view here that this house is going to be pretty strange.
What is this abomination?
Well, let's find out, shall we? Okay.
Okay, I can see already what we're doing here. We're using angles and non-wall blocking objects and things that the pathfinding doesn't like.
So after 20-some years of playing this, and we've been playing it for a long time, we used to play this all the time, and I still kind of play it a lot, so I've probably played this for 1,000 and some hours, and I know what that feels like, because I've played games for that long, and you can just feel it after a while. And this is one of those games, and I've discovered, I thought everything about it, but I didn't really. What I didn't know was that you can actually accidentally make this abstract house completely on accident, and then notice as you're playing normally, the characters get stuck. And you're like, huh, what's going on here? And then you clean it up, and then save a fresh file of it to see what happens.
So what you're saying is this is the kind of house that you would make normally?
Yes.
And just by incident, this has some special property.
Yeah, there's a special esoteric arcane power to this house that causes Sims to get lost. And we're going to find out right now. So get in there. You're screwed now, bud. Screwed now. Way to go, buddy.
That's it?
Alright. Let's see what happens.
You lost by walking through the store.
I'm not going to press any button other than forward. So we're speeding it up.
What's he doing? He won't. See, I can't tell where he's going. Is he going to the fridge or is he going to the toilet?
At the top left, it shows what the Sim wants next.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So what we want is toilet. I mean, in a way, don't we all want toilet?
Isn't it right there? Just go around. Come on, you're on the wrong side of the house. What?
If somehow, by some miracle, this video pops off, it won't. But, if it does, hopefully somebody can actually explain what's going on here exactly, because I've thought about this really hard, and I'm not 100% sure. This house incorporates like 3 or 4 different pseudo concepts with regards to how to design a confusing house, and I can't pinpoint exactly which concept exactly is causing the problem. Since I've designed this house, I've created miniature versions of it that kind of work, but nothing is as good as this first one by a mile. This one causes the most getting lost, and I know the angles are important. I know the abundance of doors is important. And I know the way that we can slide through this little slot and avoid the door is probably important.
Yeah.
So these angles, I think, is a big deal. But in a sense, this Sim can barely get anywhere. And my main question is, will this Sim die? Can this Sim potentially not get to food fast enough to where they die? And I've been using this as basically a screensaver, like this, like back in the old Windows days. And I haven't seen him die, and I've let it run for hours. That's our time, not in-game time.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, it is very disorienting. You can see the sim periodically tween around corners because he goes through the door, realizes he's gone through the door wrong, and then resets his position to open the door correctly.
You should show the doors.
Which we all do, really. But he's doing it in a game, so it's extra crazy.
So, yeah, he doesn't consider the doors to be walls. But he only considers them to be... He only bothers to go through them sometimes. See, look at that.
Yeah, there it is.
He tweens through the door, he tweens back through the door, and opens it for one frame.
Yes.
So there's something going on there.
Yes.
There, he did it again.
Oops, I did it again, just like that song.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, from around the time this came out. Probably.
Only a few years before this, I think that hit song from Mrs. Spears came out.
Mrs. Spears, I never heard that before.
I have no idea. What's her first name? Something.
John Etta Spears? I don't know.
Mrs. Spears. Miss Spears. I don't know if it's a Mrs. or a Miss. But, oopsie. Let's introduce her character, by the way. Shibito Picante.
He's a Scorpio. It looks like Duke Nukem.
And he doesn't really have any...
World Men. Alpine Star.
Dip Skankly.
And
Pro Sports. He doesn't really have any relationship with these fine characters.
He hasn't been around long enough.
No.
You can tell because he's not dead. He's a...
he's not a zombie.
He's a Ginger Switch original. He's not dead yet, so that just means he doesn't truly understand the horror of being in this realm yet.
He hasn't been fully seasoned. This guy walking by also has pink boots. I wonder who that is. Oh, it's not on there. I don't know. Could be anybody.
Yeah.
You never know with this pink boot tuxedo cowboy guy.
What's he doing? Does he realize? Oh, he hears something going on in the house next door, and he's like, "Should I call 911?" Nah.
I see something going on in that house with no doors to the outside. Save for these tiny little slots. These mysterious little slipstream holes that we can't get through.
Stuff like this is so hard to make.
I did on accident.
Like, you can tinker for hours and hours, and just, like, if you have no understanding, unless we've, like, created some sort of mod to visualize the pathfinding, then I don't think we'll ever find out what exactly is going on here.
Like I said, I tried to do it again, and I couldn't quite get it, but we will be doing that in a moment, once we get our fill of Sim Lost. And it's surprisingly hard to get your fill of it. I made this about, I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago.
Oh, yeah?
I think that's when I first told you about it. That was like the next day when I brought it up, because it was so exciting.
He will die, though, right?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I left it go for like a day.
Oh, really?
He won't.
Well, that's interesting, because you were saying that Sims, when they're together,
it's worse.
They just sort of hate each other by default, and
seems like it,
they'll ruin each other's mood.
I was running a lot of experiments of running Sims families without touching the controller, and I can confirm that the game was designed for that to work, because prompts that come up automatically go away. Thank you, base devs, for doing that. Thank you. You thought of that. You're geniuses. So the game will run on its own, so we can stream Sims 1 just playing.
So you can use it as a screensaver.
You can, and it seemed like when I had 4 Sims in a house, no matter what the house was, they would inevitably just get stuck on each other, and one Sim wanted to go to the toilet, which was that way, and one Sim wanted to go to the fridge, which was the opposite way, and they will be stuck until they die.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not wise to have multiple Sims in a house. You don't need social if you're just trying to survive.
Hmm.
But if you really carefully design a house so it has lots of pathways, like if you make it labyrinthine, they will get around each other. So it's not like for real humans who can walk around each other. They can't. So you have to design a house so that it has so many different pathways. So you would never think to design a house like that.
Yeah.
If you were just designing a house based off the preconceived notion that Sims operate like people, they'd eventually get stuck and almost die. So you have to actually make the house a little bit maze-like, which is weird.
So, say you just had an open space, though. Would they, if they walk towards each other, would they just not get stuck and not be able to walk around?
An totally open space, they would probably, I think they scream at each other to go away when they're on the toilet.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And
so it's impossible to have a toilet in an open space alongside everything else.
I figured out how to make a pretty good house that works well and isn't that big.
Yeah.
And let Sims kind of just do their own thing. But I've let them run for 6 hours. My experiments, I was documenting it as I was doing it. A lot of them, for some reason, 2 hours will kill the developer families that are in the game by default. About 2 hours will kill them.
Oh, yeah.
And an hour time. And I can get my Sims to run for 6 hours just fine.
Oh, yeah.
After some tinkering, I can do like the 6 hour, and they don't die at 6 hours. That's when I decided to cut it off because I don't want to leave the PS2 run forever. This is my launch PS2, so I don't know. I'm scared of letting it run for a week, but I really want to with this guy too, though. I want to let this game run for a month, see if he actually dies.
Yeah. Sadly,
I won't be there to see it. I'll just be doing something, and I'll come back, and there'll just be a gravesite.
I gotta wonder, though, as long as he's walking, and as long as he's got a task on his mind, as long as he's, like... It's kind of like in real life, as long as he's got something to work towards, his condition will degrade more slowly.
You think so?
Because, I mean, that could be the case. I don't know. I don't actually know at all. Like, his fun is 0, but his bladder's still fine. Did he get to the toilet yet at all?
No.
Yeah, then...
Look, he's yelling at me.
I think if he was standing still, his condition would just be going crazy. Kind of like it is right now. He's just whining.
Okay, it's toilet time. Alright, have your mysterious-looking, fast-paced toilet adventure. It's always very curious-looking when you're speeding it up. Fridge time.
That thing about Sims being together, like Sims dying by default when they're together, it reminds me of this old bug from Dwarf Fortress called the tantrum spirals. You heard of that stuff? Where, like, if a dwarf's, like, capacity for violence depends on their mood. So, if a dwarf, goes crazy and kills another dwarf, then everyone who sees that, dwarf's corpse,
it's like Oblivion.
Yeah, they're, like, anyone who even sees the corpse, like, or smells it or whatever from across the room, their condition's gonna degrade.
Yeah.
And it happens so quickly, and it cascades so quickly, that eventually they're all gonna go crazy. And they're all gonna kill each other. Just from one death. Makes you wish that Sims could just, like, go crazy and murder each other.
They will
Imagine
fight.
how...
They will fight.
They will fight, but...
eventually one will say, that's it, I'm moving out. So...
I've never actually had that happen. I've never had one move out before.
I've done it. I think they're getting too much of a fight, and they just actually move out. And so I was accounting for that, too.
Uh-huh.
Because I considered moving out death. in the same because they're gone, right?
Yeah.
So I was accounting for that with my crazy experiment houses.
Now, EA, if you're listening, I know you won't listen, but add murder to The Sims. Like, that would be so great. That'd be the one thing this game needs.
I really wish.
And go back to one floor, please.
I really wish they'd re-released this game.
Yeah.
Just this game on PC.
That would be.
You know, because it'd be so easy to mod, right? The PC version. And
that'd be so neat, but like.
You won't do it.
No, like it's just objectively inferior, but at the same time it's in full 3D and has some neat features that the PC version doesn't have, like first person. What happens when you end up nostalgic for the first person cheat, and you just can't experience that in the PC version.
It's just so important for it to be 3D to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Same here. Oh, he's doing that again.
Let's just watch our maze screensaver.
These untextured walls with the grass floors are so prolific in this game.
I know, it's... My memory of this game is so inundated with grass and drywall. Like that's just the Sims world.
And the cheapest version of every appliance.
Yeah, the brown door. I want to live in like a house like this, like grass floor and drywall and brown door. Let's just be in the Sims.
And indoor picket fences.
Yes. In this game, there's no difference between a fence and a wall.
Yeah.
They're considered the same thing. So I just did it just for aesthetic fun.
Oh yeah, but you don't know if like the pathfinding. Maybe the pathfinding it goes through all the walls before it goes through the like non-wall objects.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Everything I've seen so far has indicated that they're the same, but I'll change it now.
Okay, try it.
Okay. Where was this?
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh, you forgot.
No, not only that, I can't put it here.
Oh, you can't.
Fuck. Because he's walking through it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, go on your merry way. Be on your way, sir. Okay. And then we put this here. And then this one. Oops.
Oh, that's annoying.
See? Yeah, we don't have a universal delete thing in this game. Which... Oh my.
Oh, you can't place it.
Yeah, we're running into the.
Yeah, it's too close to a slope.
Yeah. But can we put it back? I bet you we can't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. Oh yeah. You know, that's probably. It's probably part of it that you've ended up with illegal fences. You can put like Are there any objects that don't take up any space but won't let a guy walk through them?
Wait, hold on. Maybe this thing. We'll see. I don't know, but
because like every
time, as long as I don't save it, we're fine.
Yeah, you were saying every time you modify it, it doesn't work anymore. Put that one down.
Okay.
Ebola, baby, buhana.
Okay, now
You found that pretty fast.
Go to toilet.
Go to the toilet. Uh-oh.
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
No, he did get stuck.
Yeah, so yeah. Fences are the same. Well, for our purposes right now, fences are the same as walls. It would seem. And he was right on the money. He was right where he needed to be and went backwards.
Uh-huh.
So we're still fully stuck. We're still SIMSTUCK right now.
DM.
I should make a version of this exactly like this. It's all fences. Might be cool looking.
Yeah.
It's also surprisingly difficult to make this from memory.
Yeah.
I started on a new lot a few times to try to make it from memory and screwed it up like more than once.
Oh.
It is surprisingly esoteric the way it works. Should get a tattoo of this.
Yeah.
On my forehead.
Well, it's the randomly placed walls. Like you got
There's a rhyme and reason to it though.
Yeah. Like those walls at the top and the bottom, they're in the same spot, but they don't line up with the arrows in the same way.
I know. I know. I designed this symmetrically down the middle, and it's confusing enough that when I try to rebuild it from memory, I get confused. Your brain is thinking the arrows are this way, and then the other ones are this way. Why are these not lining up right? And that's what this Sim's thinking, too.
Why did I buy this house?
And why is Sim stuck? But why is rum gone?
Why is SIMSTUCK trademark?
Why is toilet gone?
Oh, what's it doing?
Something.
I was just thinking about how, we've seen that this place has a roof, right? Yet there are gaps on the side, but I just noticed that there is a section in the middle that's closed off. It's like everything outside the bedroom is closed off.
Yeah, it really makes one wonder, does it not?
I don't remember, do Sims, does this game have rain in it?
No.
Because in 2, like, if you don't have a roof, you'll get rained on.
Yeah, this
doesn't
have
panic.
weather, as far as I know. It has day and night, that's it.
Oh, yeah. That's how it should be.
That's right. Man, he is getting mad. We got the blinking red thing. You're not happy.
I never pay attention to that little gauge on top of his head, but that probably means something.
Well, we're only here to torture Sims anyway.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Look at him jerking around. You can see his glasses through the...
Yeah, you can do this trick. Where you're in first person, you press one of the status buttons, and you can see him walk forward. Whoop. Whoop.
Oh.
Oh, it'd be so funny if he came back this way. I wonder if he will. Oh my god. Come on. Don't leave me hanging. Don't make me look stupid. Don't put egg on my face. Come back.
Oh, there it is. It's like some abstract computer animation from the 90s.
Does evoke that imagery. I watch a lot of those.
Yeah. I watched a bunch of them, and I was wondering, like, haven't I seen a lot of these before?
Yes.
And it turns out they played them on YTV.
Yep. I found that out too.
They were just trying to, like, they were showing us Reboot, right?
Yeah.
And they were just trying to sell the concept of computer animation, so they're putting all these, like, pseudo public domain videos.
That's
just
why
as like
we saw them in multiple places on YTV and online because you could get them like as a pack.
Mm-hmm.
And they came from different colleges and stuff.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of understand why you would want everybody to see it. Like, look what we're doing, isn't this cool?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like you said, you're trying to sell the idea. You're trying to sell the idea to executives as well.
Nah, that's true.
Because if you watch that documentary about Reboot, they had to explain to Toombers, not boomers, Toombers at that time, who were old in the very early 90s, sell them on the idea that, okay, this episode took 6 months, but the next one will take 3 months, and the next one will take 3 weeks, and then we think we can get it down. We think we can get it down to a week for an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How?
Why?
How and why?
I can't explain why. It's just you have to understand how we're doing it. Imagine selling somebody on a show like that. The first episode took a year, but if you buy the show now,
yeah. But at the same time, they were trying to record this stuff on tape.
Yeah.
With no digital editing tools.
That was their music video for Dire Straits. Money for Nothing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I guess by the first episode, the reboot would not have been greenlit if that was the case.
No,
they were still doing it back then.
No, their first thing was the Money for Nothing music video, which I love. I still love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love those two guys. We should have cosplayed as those guys. That was like an analog. If you can imagine somehow an analog computer animation, that would be it.
Yeah.
If you can imagine that, because every single frame had to move as physical tape forward. Mm-hmm. Every frame. And if one little thing went wrong, the whole thing was ruined. Ruined.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know if you left. But then by the time they had Reboot, they had the Silicon Graphics Indigo thing, which was zillion times better because it was all digital.
Yeah, that was the standard for a long time. He gave up there, I think. And now he wants to watch the TV.
No, I think he wants to turn it off.
Oh, yes. He turned it off. Okay.
We did it. Are you going anywhere? What was their plan?
I like how you got a couch in front of the TV, but there's a wall.
Yes. Oh, you know what I was doing sometimes was just pretending.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It doesn't work, but like you have to manually sit them down in front of it. They won't watch it in that way like normally.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a pretend.
I like to play around with the putting chairs in front of the TVs and finding where they can watch it from.
Yeah.
It's like even just putting it on an elevated platform like a deck or something, they won't know what to do with it.
I like putting a TV, like putting the big TV next to the wall, putting the couch like 3 or 4 squares away, and then putting a table in between them that's almost the height of the middle of the television.
Yeah.
And force them to watch TV through a table that is like in line with the middle of the television so you can't see it right.
Mm-hmm. I like to see how far away the chair can be from the TV before they'll give up. You can get a really small TV just on the other side, like a like 20 meters away.
Is this 1 or 2?
2.
Oh my god. So, I think we've proven the point. The sim is totally stuck.
SIMSTUCK.
This has been Ginger Switch Investigates. Why is Sim stuck?
We never found out why SIMSTUCK. But we did find out that the fences and walls are the same. And that the map had an illegal fence.